This 80s kid is craving sun tea with a Christmas twist. Hey there everybody, I'm Scott and welcome to my time machine kitchen. It's about 100 degrees outside, probably hotter by now. So something that is definitely gonna take the edge off of that sticky, steamy heat is sun tea. Now, I'm not gonna make a big old jug of it like we did when I was a kid in the 80s. I'm gonna do individual serving sizes with these mason jars. And let me just say, I had such a great Christmas in July this year. I tested out so many recipes. I watched so many Hallmark Christmas movies this summer. So I'm still kind of feeling the holiday vibe, especially as I go into stores like Michael's and Home Goods and HomeSense and I'm seeing the Halloween decorations and the Christmas decorations. So anyways, my sun tea is gonna definitely have a holiday flavor vibe. These are 16-ounce mason jars, but I'm not filling them up to the top. About 10 to 12 ounces is good because I want to leave lots of room for ice. My flavors, of course, I've got some cinnamon, and chilled cinnamon drinks are one of my favorite flavors. You've got to check out my Starbucks Cranberry Refresher dupe video because that's got cinnamon in it and it is so yummy. Of course, ginger is another holiday flavor, so I'm using a thick slice of that. And last but not least, mint. If you've got peppermint, then we can call this a candy cane tea. I think black Lipton tea is the absolute best, and you're supposed to use 1 tea bag for every 8 ounces of water. And even though I'm not using 16 ounces, which would mean 2 tea bags, I'm still gonna use 2 tea bags for my 12 ounces of water because I love my tea really strong. And the flavors that we're using, the holiday flavors, they're really strong too. So I think it's really gonna pair well with 2 tea bags. Just put those lids on loosely and then they go straight into the sun for a few hours. I found a really great Lipton Sun Tea commercial from 1986 featuring Willard Scott, the Today Show's weatherman. First, he's wearing an amazing toupee. But the idea of having a famous weatherman like Willard Scott be a spokesperson for something that requires a sunny day, well, that's pretty darn smart. And remember, Lipton wasn't the only game in town for iced tea back then. Louisiana, Tetley. I'd totally forgotten about Tetley until I started Googling. But the one I remember the most was Nestea because of the Nestea plunge. If you know, you know. My sun teas were outside for 4 hours on a very hot summer day. And honestly, I would have left them out there a lot longer, but we just got one of those wicked summer storms. So I grabbed them, brought them inside, and I just kind of put them on my windowsill. You can see them right there. I did take out all of the goodies that were inside, the mint and the ginger and the cinnamon. And while they're still warm, I want to sweeten them up. So for ginger, I'm going to use a little bit of molasses. I know that sounds weird, but I think between the ginger and the molasses, that'll really make for a nice gingerbready flavor. For the cinnamon tea, I'm just gonna add a little bit of maple syrup. And then for the mint, I'm gonna add just about a tablespoon or a teaspoon to a tablespoon of white sugar. Now, if you just want pure flavors for all of these, if you just want them to taste like cinnamon, if you just want them to taste like ginger or mint or what we're calling candy cane, then just add pure sugar. Don't worry about any of these things. So we've reminisced about sun tea, but now let's talk about the things we've learned as adult Gen Xers, info that just wants to spoil the fun. Purified water could help with the bacteria risk associated with sun tea. Now in the 80s, we used it straight out of the tap. And the longer you leave your tea in the sun, that does increase the risk for bacteria too. I mean, it's not like the sun is boiling the water. But again, Gen Xers must be superhuman because I've left this stuff out all day long, sometimes overnight, and I'm fine. I would also like to point out that Gen Xers are pretty tough. The joke is that, you know, we drank out of a hose rather than a fancy water bottle when we were kids, so use your best judgment. I totally trust you while you're making your own sun tea. If you think it smells funky, don't drink it, all the things. So anyways, okay, here we are. It is the next day and my sun teas have chilled in the fridge overnight. Now, I could have had them last night or yesterday afternoon, that would have been fine, but I can't drink caffeine after a certain hour in the day, and drinking 3 iced teas at 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday would have been a really bad idea for me. So anyways, it's totally appropriate today. We're back up to 100 degrees, so this is going to come in nice and refreshing for me. This is the cinnamon one. Oh man, Like I said earlier, I do not know why I don't put more cinnamon in cold beverages in the summertime. This is crisp. It's such a good tea flavor, but with just that little bit of cinnamon, oh, it's so delicious. That goes down really easy. The mint is something I do quite often, so I know this one's gonna be good. I'm calling this our candy cane, of course, and you don't have to have peppermint. You can have any kind of mint you really want out of your garden. So there we are. Just a little swirl. That's delicious. That's summer. That is summer. Mint iced tea. Now, you can also brew this without any Lipton tea bag at all. You know how mint does. You just put it in your garden and it goes nuts. So I say just grab a bunch of that mint, stuff it into a jar, and let it steep out in the sun for a few hours, and the pure mint tea is delicious too. This is the one I'm probably most excited about. It's our gingerbread iced tea. We've got some ginger in there and some molasses. And I think that's why it's so dark is that, oh, did I just do one of those? I'm so sorry. But I think that the molasses is why this is so much darker than the others. All right, just add some ice here. There we go. Boy, what a terrible thing on a 100-degree day to have 3 different iced teas in front of me. Oh, that's pretty good, but I do have a few notes. So one, bump up the ginger. I would put 2 or 3 of those little slices in versus the 1. The other thing is I would also add maybe 1 clove to kind of bump up that gingerbready kind of flavor. And I don't think I love the molasses in the cold. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't like it. It definitely gives it an interesting flavor that's very different than the other iced teas. Maybe it'll grow on me. But I do think, I was going to say straight up maple syrup or sugar would be better. But now, nope, I like it. It's different. It's really different. I do have one note for you guys when you're making your sun teas is to make sure that your jars are in the direct sunlight and it's getting a lot of heat on it so that you can get the most out of those tea bags. If you put it outside, I've noticed like on a day when it's really cloudy, but it's still 100 degrees, it still doesn't really get the flavor out of those tea bags the way a bright, sunshiny day does. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. This one is the most unique. This gingerbread is the most unique one. I really love the cinnamon. Oh my gosh. And the mint is just a classic summer. Okay, oh my gosh. Making sun tea is such a great memory for me as a kid, and it's something that has become sort of a tradition, and I just love breaking out the tea bags and the jars in the sun. It just reminds me of why I love being a Gen Xer so much. So Gen Xers, this one is for you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are always welcome in my time machine kitchen. Cheers.